I'm not one to judge, but if you tell me your favorite romance is Sleepless in Seattle, I'm going to quietly excuse myself from our conversation and then I'm going to run away. Let me explain. If you've never seen Sleepless in Seattle, it's about a Baltimore woman becoming weirdly obsessed with a widower in Seattle whose 8-year-old son called him into one of those therapy radio shows. And that's all you need to know. First and foremost, all of this could have been avoided had he just practiced stranger danger. First and foremost, I am concerned because this little boy lives in some of the biggest cities in the US and has never once heard of the term stranger danger. He's perfectly content with not only calling a radio station and talking to strangers, but he gave them their phone number and their address so that women who heard him on the radio can mail him letters. Granted, this is under the guise that he would like a new mom and his dad is lonely. But let's not give out our addresses to strangers. And so Annie writes a letter to him, who's the Baltimore lady, and he catfishes her. And then she tells who she thinks is the dad guy, I don't remember his name, to meet her on top of the Empire State Building on Valentine's Day to meet. And what does the little boy do? He goes by himself because his dad said no. Again, under the guise of cuteness, this little boy has no idea of the concept of strangers. But you know what? I'm not even going to hold the 8-year-old broken-hearted little boy responsible because this would have been on his father. But let's travel onwards to our real villain. Annie over here is unhinged. So on her way to her fiance's parents' house on Christmas Eve, she's listening to What's-His-Nuts talk on the radio to the therapist and becomes infatuated. Granted, a bunch of women on the radio does, but she does too. She's going to go where many, many obsessive boyfriends have gone before. She's going to use her job to hire a private investigator to find him. And then she's going to get on a plane and fly across the country to Seattle to spy on him. And she does this, I think, twice. And mind you, she's going through all this and openly talking to everybody about this while she's engaged. And through all this, she is comparing Radio Man, who she knows very little to nothing about, with her fiance, who she's having doubts with because ya boy has allergies. Poor guy is allergic to everything, and that is an inconvenience. Damn him and his sinus system. He needs to be broken up with on Valentine's Day. It's fucked up. I can hear the bell. No, ma'am, what you are hearing is the sound of police sirens.